Welcome, students. We are discussing the poem on Killing a Tree by Grieve Patel. In the previous section, we discussed that killing a tree and cutting a tree both are different activities. Killing a tree requires a lot of time, it also requires a lot of effort. But cutting of tree doesn't require a lot of time or effort. The poet says that there is a difference between killing of a tree and cutting of a tree. Cutting of a tree doesn't mean killing of a tree. To kill a tree, it takes a lot of time. But to cut a tree doesn't mean that tree is dead. If we cut the tree, then after some time what will happen? Small leaves, twigs will be seen. And if it is unchecked, then what will happen? The tree will get its former size. So in simple words, we can say that poet wants to say that the activity of killing a tree is quite different from cutting of a tree. Poet also requests us that we should respect tree. He believes that there is a similarity between the tree and the human being. As human being feels pain, in the same way tree also feels pain. So we should not cut the tree, we should not kill the tree. Okay, so in the previous section especially, focus was on the cutting of a tree. When we cut the tree, what will happen we will see. Now come to stanza 3. No, the root is to be pulled out. Meaning is this: if we want to kill a tree, then we have to pull out the root of a tree. We have to uproot the tree. Okay, if we want to kill a tree, then we have to pull out the root of the tree. Then the tree will be killed. Otherwise, tree will not be killed. Only or merely cut will not kill the tree. Merely cut will not kill the tree. To kill a tree, we have to uproot it. We have to pull the root of the tree, then the tree will be killed. The root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. Anchoring here means trees are held securely with the help of the roots in the earth. Okay. Meaning is this: the tree is firmly attached to the earth. Earth binds the tree. Okay. So it is not so easy to kill a tree. To kill a tree, we have to uproot it. Pulled out of the anchoring earth. Earth which forms the tree, which forms the root of the tree. We have to get out of it. We have to pull out the tree out of the anchoring earth. It is to be roped, tied, and pulled out, snapped out. Snapped means chopped out or pulled out entirely. So this is the way of killing a tree. Here in this stanza, the poet focuses on the way of killing a tree. This is the way how we can do this. He says it is to be roped, tied, and pulled out, and snapped out, or pulled out entirely out from the earth cave. The moment when we pulled out the tree from earth cave, then it is considered as a dead, and the strength of the tree exposed. When we do this, when we are trying to uproot the tree, then we realize the strength of the tree. The source, tree exposed the source, white and wet, the most sensitive, hidden for years inside the earth. So here, in this stanza, the poet says that merely cutting of a tree doesn't mean the killing of a tree. If we want to kill a tree, then we have to uproot the tree. We have to pull out the root of the tree. Then we can kill the tree. Further, poet says that when we are going to uproot the tree, when we are going to pull out the root of the tree, then we realize the strength of the tree. What is the strength of the tree? We will realize when we are going to uproot the tree, when we are going to pull out the tree from the earth cave. At this point we realize the strength of the tree. At this point the strength of the tree is exposed. The source, where is the source of the tree, we realize white and wet, the most sensitive part we will see, hidden from years inside the earth. When we pull out the root of the tree, then you will see the sensitive part of the tree that is hidden inside the earth for several years. So यहाँ पे स्टैंजा नंबर 3 में पोएट ये कहता है कि only merely jabbing with the knife will not kill the tree. एक आसान सी चोट करके हम ट्री को किल नहीं कर सकते. ट्री को किल करने के लिए उसको रूट को अर्थ से बाहर निकालना होगा, और जब ये एक्टिविटी की जाएगी उस समय हमें ट्री की स्ट्रेंथ की रियलाइजेशन होगी. हम रियलाइज़ करेंगे कि स्ट्रेंथ क्या है ट्री की, जब उसे अपरूट करेंगे, उसके रूट को बाहर निकालेंगे. और जब हम ऐसा करेंगे तो हम उसके सोर्स को देखेंगे और उसके मोस्ट सेंसिटिव पार्ट को देखेंगे ट्री के, जो कि कई वर्षों से पृथ्वी के अंदर छिपा हुआ है. So in this stanza, the poet is talking about the way of uprooting the tree or way of killing the tree. Okay, and third point is the strength of the tree. So here in this stanza, the poet talks about 3 major points. First, the way of pulling out the root of the tree. Second, he is talking about the strength of the tree when we are going to uproot the tree. And third point, poet says that we will see the hidden part of the tree, which is hidden for several years inside the earth. Okay, and he is also talking about the way of killing a tree. When we are going to kill a tree, then we have to uproot the tree. We have to pull out the root of the tree. And how we will do? We have to rope it, we have to tie it, then we will pull out it. Then chopping will be done. Okay, roping, tying, chopping. This is the way how we can uproot the tree from the earth cave. And when we are doing this, then we can realize the strength of the tree, and we can also see the most sensitive part of the tree that is hidden inside the earth for several years. This we have seen. Now we move to next stanza number 4. Then the matter of scorching and chalking. Scorching and chalking means drying up the tree after being uprooted. Means when we uproot the tree, what will happen? Scorching and chalking will take place. Okay. After uprooting the tree will start drying up in the presence of sun and air. So how will it take place? You see, then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air means drying of the tree starts after uprooting the tree. Browning, the color of the tree will change into browning, then it will become hardening, then twisting, it will twist, then withering, the color will become withered, faint, and then it is done. What is done? Then the tree will die. So in the latter two stanzas, the poet focuses on the way of killing a tree, how the tree will be considered as dead. Only cutting of a tree doesn't mean the killing of a tree. To kill a tree, we have to uproot the tree. After doing this, the scorching and choking will take place in the presence of sun and air. It will turn brown, it will turn hard, then it will twist, it will wither, then it is done. What is done? The tree dies. So this is the step. So what is the step to kill a tree? First we have to uproot the tree, then it will remain in the presence of sun and air, then scorching and choking process will take place, then browning, hardening, twisting, withering. So this is the step. After that, tree is considered as dead. Okay, so first one is uprooting of the tree, then scorching and choking of the tree, then browning, hardening, twisting, withering. This is the another step that will take place. After that, tree will die. So in the fourth stanza, poet focuses on the point after uprooting the tree, what will happen? What will happen? The tree starts drying up. Then the color of the tree changes. It turns into brown. Then it will become hard. Then it will twist. Then it will wither. And finally it dies. You can see a tree which is going to die. When the tree dies, what will happen? The color of the tree will be brown. It will be hard. It will be twisted. It will be withered. Okay. So then finally what will happen? It will die. So here in this whole poem, the poet focuses on 2 points majorly. First, cutting of a tree, and second point is killing of a tree. He believes that cutting of a tree is an easy task in comparison to killing of a tree. Killing of a tree requires a lot of effort and it takes a time also, and cutting of a tree doesn't mean the killing of a tree. If we cut the tree and if we do not check it, then the tree will get its former size. When we want to kill the tree, we have to uproot it. After uprooting the tree, what will happen? Scorching and choking will take place. Means the tree starts drying in the presence of sun and air, and the color of the tree will change into brown. Then it will become hard. Then it will twist. Then it will wither. And finally what happen? Tree dies. So this is the way how killing of a tree takes place. Now we move to next part, that is literary devices which are used in the present poem. First one is metaphor, that is indirect comparison. As I told you, what is metaphor? Comparison is made between two dissimilar objects on all points, that is metaphor. And one important thing is that there is explicit comparison is made in metaphor. See, leprous hide. Here metaphor is used. How? The uneven color of the surface of the trunk of a tree is compared to the skin of a person suffering from leprosy. Second one is bleeding bark. The sap coming out of the tree where it is cut is compared to the bleeding from the wound in a human's body. Bleeding bark, it happens with the tree also. When you cut the tree, some wet point is coming out of it. The sap coming out of tree where it is cut, it is compared to the bleeding from the wound in a human bodies. So that's why poet makes comparison between the tree and the human being. He believes that there is no difference between tree and human beings. Second figure of speech or literary device is alliteration. That is a repetition of a constant sound in two or more closely places words. Bleeding bark, B sound, white and wet, W sound. So here the figure of speech is alliteration in bleeding bark and white and wet. Third literary device is repetition. A word or sentence is repeated to lay emphasis on it. Here you see repetition. Pulled out. This term is repeated again and again to lay emphasis on it. Okay, so these are the literary devices which are used in the present poem. First one is metaphor, second one is alliteration, third one is repetition. Metaphor is present in leprous hide and bleeding bark. Alliteration is present in bleeding bark, white and wet, and repetition, a word, a sentence is repeated to lay emphasis on it, that is pulled out. So that is the term. Pulled out is the term which is repeated in the poem. So repetition is here. So ये literary devices हैं जो यूज हुई हैं पोएम में. मेटाफर, alliteration and repetition. Okay, thank you.